While the cashier was filling my bag with money, my mask slid clean off my face. I bet he was expecting a big, mean bank robber with tattoos on his face and a gold tooth, not a teenage girl. He was just as shocked as I was. I never thought that I would be in a situation where the police were being called and I was about to get arrested. I was just about to take my first trip in the back of a cop car. It all started when my little brother played a prank on me and uploaded the video to his TikTok. The prank was him pretending to shave my head when really, he just had a recording of hair clippers on his phone. I got so upset that he had shaved off my beautiful long blonde hair that I cried, and he managed to get it all on video. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so embarrassing. I couldn't even show my face in school the next day. Everyone was laughing and whispering about me as I walked by. I couldn't get away from it. Every single class, people had something to say about it. A couple of girls asked me whether it was me in the video, and I lied, saying it wasn't me, but then they just pulled out their phones and found out the truth. I tried to get my brother to take the video down, but it was too late for that. It had been re-uploaded everywhere already, so all I could do was wait for people to forget about it. How long was that going to take? I thought I could fly under the radar because the video was on my brother's TikTok and not mine, but that was no use. People found my account and I was getting bombarded with messages from people I didn't know. It got so bad, I couldn't see messages from my friends and family anymore. One of my teachers in school even made a joke about the video in class. I was ruined. I wasn't just me anymore. I was the girl from the viral video. People had made memes out of the video and I was a laughingstock. I thought that after a few days, people would give it a rest and move on to something else, but that wasn't the case. I was even thinking of dropping out and starting a new life in a new town just to get away from it all. As inconvenient as all the new attention was, I couldn't say that it was all bad. I got tons and tons of new followers online, and one day, when I was getting coffee, the barista recognized me and gave me the coffee for free. That was all pretty cool, but then it got better. For the first time in the 3 years that we had been going to school together, my crush, Jake, finally started paying attention to me. I thought I was dreaming when he came up to my locker and said hi to me. I thought he was talking to somebody else. "Hey, you're the girl from the prank video, right?" he said. Jake was an absolute dream. He was tall, cute, and he lifted weights, so he was muscly too. I had had a crush on him since freshman year, and I wasn't alone. All the girls and even some of the guys fancied him too. Of course, I never dared to say anything. I was a nobody. We didn't have the same friends, and I didn't even know whether he realized that I existed. We had been in the same class for years, and he always seemed to have a girlfriend, so I wasn't sure why he was talking to me. Oh my gosh, that video is so embarrassing. I can't believe you've seen it. No, it's great. I thought it was funny. I couldn't believe it. Jake liked the video. If I knew that he would have reacted like this, I would have done it so much earlier. "Oh, okay, I guess," I said. "Thanks. Do you want to come over to my place tonight? A couple other friends are meeting up to chill." After 3 years of seeing each other almost every day, he barely even spoke to me once. But now he wanted me to come over to his place. I wanted to run home and give my brother the biggest bear hug in the world. All it took was his silly little prank video going viral to completely change my life. It wasn't just Jake either. Suddenly, people who I had never talked to before wanted to be my friends. They thought I was funny and cute. They thought I was famous. Can you imagine what it's like being invisible for all your life and then suddenly becoming the person that everybody wants to talk to? Since I knew what it was like not to have a lot of friends, I knew that I couldn't let this go away. I had never been this popular before. I went back to my brother. If he had made one video go viral, he could make another one go viral. Just days ago, I wanted people to forget who I was as soon as possible. Now, I was going to make sure that they never forgot who I was. I was so embarrassed that the video made me look stupid that I didn't realize that any publicity is good publicity. The viral TikTok was just the first step. I was going to take my viral fame and turn it into a life of luxury. I told my brother my plan, and he was in. He had gotten a ton of new followers and friends because of the video too. Between the two of us, we could become huge internet stars. We started making videos as soon as possible and posting them on his TikTok. For days, all we did was film. We started uploading, and just like that, we blew up again. Every single video that we uploaded got tons and tons of views. We got so popular that we rebranded all our social media and started getting sponsors. Meanwhile, at school, Jake and I became the it couple. Everybody wanted to hang out with us. We threw all the best parties and got invited to even better ones. Ever since I started posting Jake on my social media, my followers went through the roof. They all loved seeing us together. I loved all the fame and attention. After the success with my brother, I knew that I could turn this into something great. We were the cutest couple. Who wouldn't want to watch us doing stuff? I got an idea one day seeing how well we were doing online. Hey, what if we started a TikTok together? I asked Jake. Really? What do you want to post? I had so many new followers from mine and my brother's prank videos and on my personal accounts as well. Why not? Honestly, it seemed like a good business idea. I already had an audience and I knew what they wanted to see from me. I told him that we could earn money doing it. He could replace his truck and pay for college next year. He liked the idea. So that was when it started. We started filming our own prank videos and vlogs and putting them on our couple TikTok. We managed to get over 1 million new followers in less than 6 months, a record on the app. I bought new filming equipment and we created a schedule. 2 times every week, our fans waited for our videos together. We started getting so successful that both of us managed to start savings accounts for college. Jake got a new car, and I got to help my parents pay off our house. Everything was great. Our channel was thriving. I was still making videos with my brother, and more companies wanted to work with us. At the rate we were going, I knew that I would be able to be financially independent before I even started college, and it had all started with an embarrassing TikTok video. We were flying high, buying designer clothes, going to parties, and making tons of money off of our couple TikTok. But then after some time, things started to slow down. After months and months of making content together, we started running out of ideas. There were other influencers and personalities online that tried to piggyback on our success and copy us. Some of them were really successful. We had competition and we were starting to run low on content. I started getting paranoid. What if the new people were prettier than me? What if they managed to get more followers? What if they went viral? What then? Would I end up losing all my followers to them? I started to see the life that I wanted, that was almost mine, start to slip away. What do we do? I asked Jake one day when I was checking our analytics. Our views weren't that bad, but they weren't as good as they had been in the beginning. I started getting scared. I didn't want to go back to the person that I used to be before. To make matters worse, my brother said that he was done doing TikToks with me. It wasn't fun for him anymore. He was half the creativity and the brain power. Everything was funnier with 2 people. My views would tank without him. I was famous online, popular at school, and I had tons of money and friends. I liked my life now, and I didn't want to give it up. I had started having nightmares about becoming irrelevant. I couldn't let it happen. I think I know what we have to do, Jake said. We have to up the ante. No more boring pranks. We have to take it to the next level. But how are we going to do that? Jake had a few ideas. Our next video was one of the riskiest that we had ever tried. I pranked Jake that I was pregnant. Even though we got a lot of hate on the video, we got higher views than we had seen in weeks. We had to keep going. We had to keep pushing the envelope. We did a breakup prank that also did really well. One of our biggest pranks was lying to my family that we had eloped. The views just kept coming in. We were doing better than we had ever done in the past. But once again, I got scared that we were going to run out of ideas. Jake told me not to worry, that he had been plotting our biggest and best video yet. It was going to make prank history. Everyone was going to remember us. How insane would it be if we robbed a bank? Jake asked me. Insane was right. At first, I laughed because we ran a prank TikTok. The point of the content was that it was all pranks. Nobody really got hurt. It was all supposed to be good fun. I don't know about that. We've never done anything illegal. I know, but can you imagine the views? Nobody else has ever done it before. We would be the first. We could set the trend. I thought about it. I knew he had a point, but that didn't mean I wasn't scared. All of our pranks up to now had only involved ourselves and close family members or friends. This kind of prank was going to be on a whole different scale. I was really afraid of the consequences. But on the other hand, all I could see were the stacks and stacks of money that we could earn if we pulled this off correctly. We would become legends. I saw my dream of becoming financially free before even starting college and decided that I would do it. It was still a prank after all. Nobody was going to get hurt. We would go into the bank with masks and pretend that we were going to rob them. When everyone bought it, we would reveal the hidden camera and everything would be fine. They would keep their money and we would get millions of views. We decided to put our plan into action. I would go into the bank with a mask and a toy plastic water gun. When no one was looking, I would put on my mask and at the cashier, I would pull out the gun and pretend to rob them. Jake would get it all on camera. My heart was beating out of my chest when we finally decided to do it. I walked in first, and he waited a few minutes before he came in. He gave me a signal when he had a good shot, and I got into the line for the cashier. Nobody was paying attention to me, so I pulled my mask on without anyone noticing. I got to the front of the line, and the cashier looked shocked to see me. That was my big moment. I was supposed to pull out the gun in a bag and tell him to fill it with cash, but I was so excited, so jittery with nerves that I fumbled and dropped the bag. When I reached down to get it, I bumped the woman behind me, who flailed and lost her balance. I got up, but she grabbed me so she didn't fall, pulling my mask right off my face. I stared at the cashier and he looked at me. "Fill this up with money and nobody gets hurt," I said to him. The plan was to reveal to everybody that it was a prank when the bag was full and we pretended to make our getaway. But I had messed up. I scrambled to think of a plan B. "It's just a prank. This is a prank," I said, waving the fake gun in the air. Well, that was a bad idea. The whole bank erupted in chaos. They must have thought it was real. I tried to tell them, but everybody was panicking. Some people got down onto the ground like they were afraid I was going to shoot them. Somebody must have called the police because I heard a siren in the distance. Oh no. The big reveal was completely ruined. Now Jake and I looked like actual criminals instead of pranksters. Getting arrested was the most humiliating experience of my life. I thought about how there was no such thing as bad publicity, but I knew that wasn't true. We had finally taken it too far. I had to call my parents to pick me up from the police station after we spent a few hours in jail after being arrested. Jake said that this prank was going to make history and everybody was going to know who we were. And he was right. People did know who we were, but it was for the wrong reasons. The story made it onto the news and everybody heard about it. Just like that, we started losing sponsors and followers online. Nobody wanted to be associated with us anymore. We went from being funny, edgy pranksters to being criminals. And at that point, it wasn't hard for everyone to find new people to idolize. Eventually, the money dried up, and yes, our relationship didn't make it either. We ended up breaking up since Jake thought that being associated with me was only making things worse. I was back at the beginning again. No friends, no followers, and no money. I was lucky enough to still get into college despite everything that had happened. I was all the way across the country, so nobody knew me in person. There, I got a haircut and a whole new look. I completely changed my image and turned over a new leaf. Nobody at the college knew me as the girl who got in trouble trying to rob a bank. They didn't know me as the girl from the viral videos either. It was hard to adjust, but I enjoyed my new life. I liked being normal again. To be honest, the pressure of producing content for the internet had started to get to me. In college, I enjoyed a normal job as a barista, went to my classes, and even started dating a new guy. Life was good. College was nothing like high school. Soon enough, I began to forget everything that had happened and just enjoyed my new life. Instead of going home over breaks, I just stayed with my new boyfriend. Life was good. One day, I went to his place after class for a date. This was supposed to be just like any other day that we hung out after class, but it wasn't. He was weird and distant. He kept looking at me funny. "Is there something wrong?" I asked him. He took his phone out and showed me a video. It was one of mine and Jake's videos from high school. Even though we had deleted the accounts, the videos had ended up being re-uploaded and shared by too many people to keep track of. My face turned red and I snatched the phone from him. I hadn't thought about that time in my life for ages. It was so embarrassing. "Is that you?" he asked. "Yeah, it is. I had a weird phase in high school when I made viral videos, but I don't do that anymore." He took his phone back and grinned at me. "That's too bad, because I have a great idea for a prank.